If you love color and lots of nature, today's episode is going to be a really special one for you. Hi, my name is Mayuri Nagar and I'm back at the MyTyles Experience Center in Bengaluru today for yet another episode of the Knowledge Series. MyTyles houses India's largest collection of imported and homegrown tiles. No matter your chosen style or budget, MyTyles has a little something to bring every corner of your home to life. Order online at mytyles.com today. So as we spoke, today's episode is all about color and lots of nature, and therefore we are going to be talking about the tropical tiles. Let's shine the spotlight quickly on these tiles and talk about how do you really identify them, what are really tropical tiles, right? So when you walk into a tile store like MyTyles, what you will see and identify in these tropical tiles is really big, large, beautiful nature-inspired prints. You will see lots of monstera prints, palms, birds of paradise, sometimes even accompanied by animals like, birds like flamingos or toucans, right? These are really, woven around the concept of bringing outdoors indoors, right? So we are so busy in our lives today that we want to see a lot of nature when we get back home. And what better way to actually install it in our homes, right? In the form of tiles or backsplashes or bathroom, surrounds. So we're going to be talking about that today. Let's look at what kind of varieties are these tiles available in the next segment. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about what is the base material that you can have these tiles available in and what are the finishes that you can expect. So tropical tiles are available in numerous patterns, shades and different finishes. They are an instant hit, or they were an instant hit when they got introduced in the interior design industry. A lot of interior designers and architects love using them. As you can see behind me, literally you have plethora of options. If you like more floral or more monstera or more palms, you even have a great mix of them. When you talk about these finishes and base materials, one thing which is really important to note is that these tiles can be found in even plethora of options in the base material. So you can go for porcelain, you can go for ceramic, you can go for double fired, triple fired vitrified tiles, right? Where the definition of colors is even more strong when it comes to triple fired, right? So just imagine the beauty that those tiles are going to exude when you are going into the tropical category. The next part is the finishes part. So when we look at finishes, you will have satin, you will have matte finish, you will have some very nice interesting metallic or glossy mirror finishes that are there, and those are also something that we can see. So now we're going to be talking about what kind of different designs that are available under the tropical tile category, and then look at the applications that they have. It's always very helpful to know where you're going to be applying these so that you can actually look at those corners or those walls within your home and be able to go and pick those right kind of tiles. So the first category that we're looking at is the 2x4 tile, tropical tile that we are looking at over here. This is one example. These are vitrified tiles. They're also called as the jungle theme or the rainforest theme tiles, because look at the accents. They give almost like a jungle, dense jungle or a beautiful tropical jungle look. These are 2x4, as I mentioned. They have really nice texture and very beautiful prints on it. If you look at these two 2x4s, when they are put together, they form a very nice flushed, almost like a wallpaper kind of a look, and are great to be used as a bathroom surround or a bathroom backsplash, sometimes even a kitchen backsplash if you need. Very interesting to be used even in utility areas, to make utility areas interesting, or you can even do them as a part of just an accent wall in the house. Sometimes people tend to use it even in their balconies for that matter, just to give it an extra jungle kind of theme. So many uses and applications are there for these kind of tiles. This is one of the designs. We'll go to the next one now. So the second category of design that we're looking at is another one which actually mimics jacquard wallpaper look. Jacquard wallpapers are really popular right now, and if you can really be able to use them or the feel of that in tiles, it's really a great addition, especially in your bathroom, shower surrounds, bathroom vanities, everywhere. They're very minimalistic and very, very elegant. If you look at this particular one over here, you'll see that it has really beautiful, elegant, metallic lines around these amazing tropical motifs, the ones that we spoke about, like monstera, like beautiful flowers. You have some palms peeking at the back, and some very, very interesting color gradients also. So you look at something which is, from a color perspective, it's varying from like nice off-whites to greens to slight blushes and peaches. So this is a very good variety. So the next category that we're looking at is pretty exciting and very interesting, and also easy to procure for a customer who's just walking in, is the concept set, right? So when we look at this is like a concept where you have two decor variants, the tropical themed variants. And to make it really easy for you, MyTyles actually has put it together as a concept. So you don't have to really go and find the exact matching color separately. They've given you a darker shade and a lighter shade to match this particular decor variant over here. What really happens is, as soon as you walk in and you like a particular accent, the decor piece, you just have to choose what kind of the color gradient you're really looking for, whether it's darker or lighter, and you can pick these up. These are in the size 2x4. Again, great to be used both in bathroom as well as kitchen backsplashes. You can, from a texture point of view, you will see that it has a rough texture. This particular one that I'm looking at has a matte and rough texture, but you can also get solid colors that are there, which is in this form as well. You can build your own concept if you want to mix and match further, but this is a great way to just come and literally use it as a no-brainer. So now we are looking at the next concept or design that is trending right now a lot, is using similar tiles and similar patterns in similar color gradient in a neomorphism style of tropical tiles, right? So this is a concept that you're looking at over here. They're almost of the same color gradient, but there is a little bit of painted or chipped kind of design that you're looking at, and it really provides a very rustic feel to the entire concept. So if you're looking for something very rustic, you can go for these. These particular ones are in a glossy finish over here that you can see. So if you can come closer, you'll see that these almost the color gradients are similar, but they are, they've been given a very painted still, so can be used in minimalistic Scandinavian, even very minimal spaces where you're not looking for a very loud tropical feel. You can go for something slightly more muted, and these can be applied in different areas. You can even use them in your kitchen, you can even use them in your bathrooms, even other spaces that you can fancy where you feel like, I want something glossy, easy to clean, things like that. So definitely this is a concept that you must look at when coming into MyTyles store. So now we are looking at this beautiful design, which is a mosaic design with 4 metallic grout lines. These come in 2x1 sizes. Very, very popular again. Beautiful watercolor prints that mimic a tropical feel, but have this metallic, grout line, 4 grout lines to appear as if these are really small, mosaic kind of a panel. These are great to be used in kitchen backsplashes and any other kind of backsplashes like kitchenettes that you can use it even in laundry rooms, just to create that little bit of interest. They are also a bit glamorous in that sense because they have, metallic grout lines. One very interesting thing is, because it is the size of 2x1, it makes it extremely popular for an application in the kitchen. For backsplashes, or even just looking at the sink backsplash, because while they give a larger grouting effort kind of a look, the actual grouting effort is very less, so very easy to install, very faster to install, and therefore this makes these tiles really, really popular. So the next design that we're looking at is something very, very interesting. These are 3D Kit Kat tile designs. Of course, they are available in 1x1 feet, so very easy to install. But if you look at these are actually beveled, right? And they have some very nice rustic, almost tropical kind of prints over here. They have a lot of texture as well. So if you look at these tiles, they are a perfect blend of very interesting prints, great textural elements, and on top of that, because they're Kit Kat, they appear as a Kit Kat tile, they have this beveled texture as well. I'm going to show you one quickly. So another color variant in the similar one with slightly different design is this blue, powder blue and white design that we're looking at. See, again, when you come closer and you have a look at it, you can see the beveled texture with some really nice metallic accents, some very interesting textural elements almost outlining each motif that's here. So all of these, you can feel these textures of the palms, of the flowers, and then just like also very glammed up, right? So, you know, you have these metallic lines that are outlines that are showing the each motif very, very carefully and delicately. So this is something that you need to understand about these Kit Kat tiles. Again, the beveled spaces that are there. So now we are looking at one of a very, very interesting and popular series is the tropical tile, but in the 8x8 inch size. Very, very interesting and a bit rustic, especially mostly used in kitchen backsplashes because of the reason that they have a subtlety to them. Tropicals usually are thought about as very, very colorful and, you know, very, very bold, and that is true. But this kind of design and pattern really allows you to have a muted yet a very tropical feel. Many times very appreciated in, you know, inner living spaces. So like a kitchen where you want a tropical feel, but you also want that subtlety, that classiness, you can go for these. These are 8x8 inches, as I mentioned. And they can be, you know, juxtapositioned or placed with a slightly rustic solid, or you can not say really solid, but like a very plain gradient ones which don't have patterns on them, and then these which have an overlapping pattern on it, right? Slight gloss over here to make you understand that these are the patterns that are overlaying on these. Similar, another color combination we are seeing here is, you know, with off-white and green. So if you want to not have such an more or very intense overlapping, you can have something which slightly contrasts even more or gets highlighted more against a white one than a color on color kind of combination. Again, great usages in kitchen backsplashes, sinks backsplashes, bathroom vanity backsplashes, right? Or to make a very nice tropical spa-like feel. You can also look at them as, you know, positioning them as like a checkerboard also is a very, very popular way to lay these tiles. So there are very, you know, plethora of options for you to actually place or lay these tiles and create that contrast and interest, visual interest that you're looking for in these spaces. So as you can see here, this panel has some very beautiful tiles ranging from different color themes. Over here you see beautiful birds and very, very tropical heavy theme. Here there's something a little bit more glamorous. It has very nice golden accents that are being used over here. So definitely something that you can explore in the tropical collection, tropical tile collection. Then looking at plethora of varieties in the tropical tile selections, you come across so many different motifs. You are spoiled for choice. When we're looking at these motifs, you will see beautiful birds of paradise, beautiful birds like flamingo I spoke about, right? Very interesting, very unique. You'll see shoe flowers, you know, juxtapositioned with some very cool monstera prints, some nice birds of paradise plant and flowers that are there. Very interesting Mughlai and you know, or Pichwai inspired prints that are there. Some cool parrots and peacocks that you can see. Very, very interesting concepts, almost like a beautiful dark jungle, again some loads of greens that you see. So everything that you literally have on mind from a nature inspired theme, you will see here, you will get it in MyTyles. And see, just look at the variety that we can see. Okay, so now we are looking at applications and some really cool mood boards. Mood boards are nothing but placement of different tiles together so that we can talk to you about what could be your flooring options, what could be your wall tile options. So in this one, if you see, we have a slightly light grey textured tile, and then this one which has an interesting almost like a terrazzo feel kind of a tile, but it is color on color with some textural elements. Solid again, dark green, jungle green solid, and then something with the matching decor variant over here, right, which is a tropical leaves and all of that. So when you see this over here, I want to talk to you about how you can really apply it. So typically looks great for like a spa like jungle theme bathroom, which I would personally look at and really find it pretty beautiful. So what you can do is you can use these along with this as a background for your say a shower surround, right, and then using this to either maybe line the niche around your shower area, using it as a center tile and also the wall tile to give it a very interesting concept. You can also go two-tone, you can use this and this, but for the floor, just to keep that hygiene element into mind, you can go for the grey color wall tile, floor tile, right? So that is something that you can use in addition to this and this. And as a concept, you can pick these up when you come here. You can shop for these and use them as a concept. So that's something that we wanted to show you in this particular mood board. Let's look at the next one. Alright, so now we are looking at the next concept, which is again a very interesting one. Subway tiles are really popular, as you're aware, especially for kitchen backsplashes and bathrooms. This is again a very nice marine kind of theme, you know, with all the blue, almost like a powdery blue color grey. And then, you know, these elements, the blues and yellows that are there in the floral element, it's a more abstract tropical kind of a tile rather than a tropical, very mainstream kind of tropical tile. So can be used very nicely if you're looking for something a little bit more feminine and, you know, sea or ocean or water oriented elements in your bathroom. Definitely can use these. These can be used as a part of your bathroom shower surround as well as the vanity area, but you can juxtaposition that with, say, a strip of these abstract tropical floral elements at the back to give you that interesting natural vibe. The strip can be horizontal or even vertical, or behind your WC also you can use these. These will again look good for your flooring, provide you that subtlety that you're looking for with mix of, say, a little bolder elements like the color over here and the tropical elements over here. So this is another concept that you can use in your bathroom. Very interesting, has wooden elements to go along with the wooden tones that you see in the tropical theme tile. You can also use this particular one as the flooring and use these part as a, you know, alternating feature, probably juxtaposition it along with the tiles to create that look that you're going for. So now we are looking at another concept, again very interesting, around tropicals, but here you have colors of orange and green can be juxtapositioned again against the green, the dark jungle green that you have, and this one is a flooring based tile which you can use. You can use this with this as well, but then in flooring still can use this just to keep it more muted. But I personally think the tropicals do look great with a nice jungle green. So this is a great option to work with. So we are now looking at the installation process. We have finished looking at all these beautiful designs and concepts that I wanted to show to you that are available at MyTyles. Now we're going to talk quickly about installation. So installing tropical tiles is a very easy peasy process. Few things you need to keep in mind as pointers. Number one, you need to grout them with 2 to 3 mm spacers. This ensures a well-leveled, fully functional flooring, or for that matter walls, whatever that you're using it for. Always use 2 to 3 mm spacers, grout them with those spacings in between so that it creates a very clean, aesthetically pleasing layout and a leveled nice surface, right? You always want to be able to touch and feel like there are no dips and there are no problems as far as the leveling of the tile is concerned. So that is important. So when you look at the grouting bit, there is also something which is important, is what is the adhesive that you're going to use to put this. Apart from the right adhesive, both cementitious and epoxy based grouts are easily available to be used to install tropical tiles. So as mentioned earlier, installation of tropical tiles is really straightforward, but there is something that I definitely want to highlight to you, especially in case of these flush tiles, flush one that give a flush, a tropical tile effect over here, almost like a wallpaper. So when these type of part 1 and part 2 are installed, right, to create a continuous pattern, how does one really identify them, especially if you've taken it upon yourself to get these tile laid by a local tile layer? One thing which makes the process easier is the packaging. So when these tiles are sold, they are marked as A and B. Now if we look at this particular part over here, for example, you see that this leaf continues to go into the next tile. If I were to place this before this, maybe the pattern may not have that kind of continuity depending upon the type of pattern, and therefore always A has to be placed before B, in that chronological order. And therefore when these tiles come in, marked as A and B, just use that to place them correctly. If you feel like you are getting a little overwhelmed, it's always good to reach out to an expert or a trained eye. They will be able to pick or highlight the smaller details much better. It's always better to do that, so that there are no errors while you lay these beautiful tiles in your home. So we are now finally and officially into the last segment before we get into FAQs, which is the maintenance part, because all you all want to know is how do we maintain these after these tiles have been installed. So honestly, to just have these tiles like a plain surface ones being cleaned on a daily basis by a simple dry dusting cloth is good to go. However, if you're using them as a kitchen backsplash, I would say even a damp cloth would do just after every cooking process that you're done with. If you have something a little bit more intricate like a 3D pattern or a bevel tile or something which has carvings on it, something which has more texture on it, and where you feel that the nooks and crannies could gather dust, etc., it will be a good idea to use a microfiber cloth with a proper tile cleaner that is available in the market. Use those as tile cleaners. Please do not pick up anything that contains bleach or your regular abrasive cleaners, because these patterns can then lose their shine. They can probably get chipped, broken, damaged, which you do not want post installation. So just keep that in mind. For anything that has glossy elements like metallic, slightly embossed finish, all of these, please keep that in mind. Use a microfiber cloth with these tile cleaners. They're mild tile cleaners. Don't go for something which has acid, right, as I mentioned. And for the normal one, day-to-day basis, you can just simply dry dust them with a normal cloth or a towelette. So we are now into the frequently asked questions section, where we will try our level best to answer those questions that have been asked most of the times by you all. The first one being, are tropical tiles really trendy? The answer to that is yes, they are. They are in trend because of the pastel shades with, a combination of greens and whites that makes it really attractive. Also at the same time, because they don't require a lot of effort and decision making, especially when they come in concepts of 2x1s, 2x4s, and concepts which allow you to actually sway from different color gradient, keeping the decor variant as the main or the focal element of the entire layout. So it makes it really easy also for you to pick out these tiles. So therefore they are extremely trendy. So our next question from you all has been that, can tropical tiles be used in commercial spaces? Our answer to that is absolutely yes, because they not only come in ceramic but also come in vitrified tiles, and vitrified tiles are really good for high traffic areas. So if you want to add that color, that familiarity or a little bit of that personal touch in commercial spaces to make them your own or for your teams, etc., These are great. They have a lot of sturdiness. So when you walk into the store for a commercial project like this or your own commercial space, do ask for these in vitrified finishes, and that will be just great for your commercial space. So always, when it comes to installation, the biggest question that comes to us is cost. Are tropical tiles costly? Are they expensive? Answer to that question is no, they're not. They're about 70 to 80 rupees per square feet. When you look at larger tiles, the price may vary a little bit, but if you look at the overall cost, it levels out because you're looking at a bigger tile as well, right? So our per square feet in a 2x4 is going to be evened out and will be equivalent to say a 1x1 also. So that's something that you need to understand. Of course, if you're going for a more intricate pattern, some more detailing, then the price can be slightly higher. But by and large, these tiles are really budget friendly and can be used in variety of spaces. So we are finally at the last question of the FAQs, and a lot of you all had questions about, are these tiles easy to install or maintain? What's the deal? Are they difficult? All of those anxiety related questions that you had. So we want to put those anxieties to rest by sharing with you that they're very easy to install as long as you have got the correct calculations in place. You have used the 2 mm or 3 mm grout as needed, grouting line, so that the leveling and everything is correct. There should be hardly any disappointment that you should feel, or zero disappointment in case you've got all of the details right. Maintenance wise, they're again very easy. Like I shared earlier, all you need is a dry dusting or maybe like a damp dusting needed on a daily basis. And if you feel like you have a little bit more detailed kind of tiles like a Kit Kat tile or a 3D tile, or just something which has more texture, which can gather more dust, use mild tile cleaners to maintain that kind of maintenance in future. The better maintained tile, the more age of the tile will you prolong, right? So the age, the durability will increase of that particular tile. So that's what you really need to remember. Well, this is a wrap for today's knowledge series. We look forward to you checking out more of our videos over here. We are going to be listing down some great options for you to check out in the description below, the curated collections of the concepts. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, the MyTyles channel over here, so that you are updated of any new videos that are coming up. Until then, signing out, and I'll see you in the next one right here.